Welcome back to the Ride Cincinnati Podcast. We are here at the beautiful Cincinnati Cancer Foundation studios. Thank you for hosting us. Today, I'm here with Mike Rudnicki. You are like the head honcho in charge of this year's event.
That's kind.
Big cyclist, big participant, longtime board member. Tell me about like your history with Ride.
You're very complimentary to start. I wish I'd cycle a lot more, but yes, as I got started with Ride, it was kind of the accident that just kind of came about and kind of followed that path all the way forward. It's about 15 years ago. So when I first came to Cincinnati for a job at Western and Southern, they advertised this cycling event they were involved with. I didn't know much about it. All I knew was you could sign up for $35 and they gave you a bike jersey that probably cost $75. So I thought it was a really good deal. And I get started, and I think we had a team of 11. Fast forward to now, we've got, over 200, and I think we're aiming for 250 folks just from our firm. And it's grown over the years, and I've just been a part of it because I believe in the mission and what is happening. But it's become a labor of love in terms of developing this and kind of helping Cincinnati in my own way, and how our company has been very involved in the community. So for me personally, having had family members affected by cancer and really kind of leaning into this organization, become increasingly more involved over time. I would not say head honcho because we do have a great team, you included as well. So that's been a great testament over time. It's really been fun to work on as we go through, and we've started to talk about some of the changes that we're making this year and going forward. I'm really excited and proud to be a part of that.
I love it. You know what? And I have to say, I mean, being obviously on these weekly calls together, our energy this year is just next level. I can't wait to see this come together.
It's great.
And every week you have a new component that we're excited to bring out.
That's my problem. I'm probably bringing in too many new ideas with dollar signs, but it'll be fun to spend that money in the right way. So.
We love a visionary. Tell us a little bit about your vision for this year's event.
I would say high level, our philosophy this year is we want to do a better job of telling our story. I think where we have, or would like to have, if I were to look back in ways that we can improve, but we're definitely doing that this year, is how we even visually talk about what we do through the event and the campaign, even what we're doing here right now. The idea is when we look back and kind of, I'm a business guy. I grew up in the business world, kind of, how can we continually improve? This is one way, is how do we visualize that? So we're actually going to hire an event production company we're going to have a full day's production from this time we start at 7 a.m. all the way till the time we end at 3 o'clock. We're going to have an opportunity to have video boards at the event. We'll do interviews, which you'll definitely be a part of as well.
We love it. I'm here for it.
Talking to a lot of our sponsors, Cancer Consortium, health systems. I think the idea is we want to use the event as a great way to elevate and promote everything that's great about what's happening in Cincinnati from the cancer perspective. When I say that, there's a lot of positive talk about our calls. There's so many great people involved. I think it's easier when you look at, and this is the other part of it, right? And when I talk about the business side, you look at other cities that have done similar events. I would say, we have intentionally been focused in one area for a long time, but I feel that when you talk about some of the other changes, not just telling the story, but talking about all of the entities and inviting them to more meaningfully participate with us, I think it's really going to change the game. It's going to elevate kind of, the rising tide raises all boats comparison. I really feel that's the case here. When you look at other cities that may have one or two key health systems that do similar events, I think it's been a lot easier for people to get behind just from a branding, marketing, storytelling perspective. But I think that's a unique opportunity that we're embracing this year, is to be more intentional about including everyone, being community-minded, and telling the story. So from a high-level philosophy, I know I've kind of talked about it, visually, or at least from a philosophical standpoint, but we're going to fill in those gaps with a lot of ways that we can both connect, tell stories, survivor stories, impact that our fundraising has had over the last 17, 18 years, and then how we really want to connect with people going forward. If we do that this year and in future years, then I think people will gravitate to the reality that there are really a lot of talented researchers, educators, folks in the cancer community that you could be treated here. organizations that support that effort, and that's the aim. So that's a long answer for
I love
what you were trying to get me to say, which is we just there are a lot of things we're going to add. You'll be surprised. We're trying to uncover just about every week a new idea to help foster that philosophy.
It's going to be a great experience, and we're going to start rolling out some of those new and exciting updates on social media as well, and through this podcast and our interviews. And, I think one of the things I really want to touch on that you mentioned is that feeling of community, right? Community amongst survivors and participants, and now community amongst health systems and organizations that support cancer, people going through their cancer journeys here locally and right here in town.
That starts here. Cincinnati Cancer Advisors and the Cincinnati Cancer Foundation has become our new partner with Ride Cincinnati. And that has a meaningful combination because it goes back to what I was saying before, which is I think people don't realize the resources that are in front of them until they get to that point. And so for this organization, Cincinnati Cancer Advisors, I think it's interesting. I've heard branding in other cities. I was recently in Chicago and heard a very large healthcare system saying exactly what the mantra is here as far as what the value proposition is of this organization. And you're starting to hear that in other places. So it's interesting. This organization started, 12, I think 2015 is when CCA started. And so the idea of elevating cancer care through empowering individuals, right, to have these resources to get help and know what options are available, I think that's a lot of it. And so that's where I'm really excited about where we're going. And talking about partnerships specifically.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think, it's a group effort. We're all coming together for it. Every single rider has their own motivations for being a part of it. And we've all been touched by cancer, unfortunately. But, one interesting thing as well is this really has become a family affair for you. Your son has, I don't know if he started the Youth Ambassador program officially, but he's really been a champion of it.
I made him start. Well, my daughter was... I love these events, especially in Cincinnati. As my kids grew up here, I was involved, so I wanted to get them involved somehow. So we started the idea. It's had moderate success. I wish, like everything else, to be a lot more successful, but maybe that's what we can aim to do, is get younger folks involved, understand how important this initiative is. I think that was the idea. Again, it partners with the idea of education. I just felt it's a great way to get my kids involved in service within the community. If they just knew a little bit about what it is we're trying to accomplish and you tell that story, then I think we've had a win. So that was the idea behind the Youth Ambassador program. We were going to roll this out. Would love to do more and to find others in the community that want to be a part of that. We can probably, what we've talked about is maybe doing some other events, not necessarily on Ride Weekend, but throughout the calendar to do just that, to get them involved. It's health-centered. Cycling's a great event. Get people involved in one way, shape, or form with their families. We used to allow riders at any age, but due to safety concerns, we've moved away from that. So we do have some age limits on the actual day of event. But are there ways that we can engage the community and tell the story and do more events throughout the actual campaign year than just throughout Ride Weekend? And that was one idea. It was, hey, can we get younger kids involved, telling the story, being a part of this group and growing that. And that's where we got started. My kids are older now, so they could probably participate in the ride, but I would love to have younger kids do the same. And that's an area of growth I think we'd love to explore.
I love that. Bringing up the next generation and having them understand the importance of it.
Exactly.
Nothing more important.
Exactly.
Yep. Great. Well, is there anything else that you want people to know about this year's event?
Sign up. Now.
Yeah. Yes.
I would say, if you've been a participant of Ride Cincinnati before, you will notice a lot of changes, all for the better. We've listened. I think what I want people to know is we've really listened to a lot of our constituents to provide not just a great experience at the event, but to elevate that experience in a lot of different ways, tell our story, tell survivor stories, celebrate survivors, celebrate the people in the community, in the community that do phenomenal work in this space, whether it's research or therapies or this organization in particular, why it matters, and at the bottom line, supporting or joining in with Ride Cincinnati, you're going to be supporting the entire community now. We still have our primary partners. We've all longstanding involvement with the University of Cincinnati, and we've donated the majority of our fundraising dollars to cancer research and pilot grants. But we're just expanding on that, and we're hoping it has that multiplier effect. So this is going to be something that you'll be very proud of to be a part of. We'll be very excited with the changes to not only tell the story, we're going to broadcast it on our Ride Cincinnati YouTube channel, right, which is going to be on as well. But again, the idea is whether you are a diehard cyclist and want to ride 30 miles or you want to ride a quarter of a mile, it doesn't matter. If you just want to come to the concert and enjoy the concert, you're actually, just by coming and participating and buying a ticket or registering, you're going to be supporting not just Cincinnati, this is the entire region. And we want to get as many people as we can involved through this new initiative, this kind of pivoted direction. And we think we're going to accomplish that. So we're very excited.
I definitely agree. And I can't wait for this year's event. Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Can't wait for next week's meeting.
I know. Well, what new ideas?
New ideas. Next week? Yes. What's new? Yeah. So don't forget to follow us on social media at Ride Cincinnati and like and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you.